Good evening. This is Judy Mario. Thank you for joining me again. Tonight we are talking about my favorite self-help books. Someone asked me, please talk about your favorite book. Well, I don't have just one. As you see, I have so many favorite self-help books, but this one is a new book. It's called The Motivation Manifesto. It has been out for about a year, 9 Declarations to Claim Your Personal Power. This is by Brendon Burchard, and Brendon is one of my all-time favorite people in the world, one of my favorite authors. He's a young man that teaches social media, and a lot of people have learned how to make a lot of money from Brendon on the internet, and he teaches all the technical parts of it as well. But he wrote this book called The Motivation Manifesto, and interestingly enough, he wrote this book and had a publisher for it. And the publisher didn't like the way he wanted to do the cover because he wanted it to look kind of more spiritual, like maybe like one of the more spiritual books. And the publisher didn't like it, so he gave them back his advance and found another publisher to do the book. And the book is absolutely incredible. It points out how so many of us live in fear. We're so afraid of so many things. We're afraid of rejection. We're afraid of being broke. We're afraid of not doing things right. We're afraid that people won't love us. There's so many things that we go through life being afraid of. We're afraid if we stand up on stage and speak, we'll make a fool of ourselves. We're afraid people will laugh at us. We're afraid people will bully us. There's so many fears that we have. And Brendon talks about fear in here and how to overcome that fear. And he gives us 9 ways to claim our personal power back. I like some of the passages in here. I marked one I wanted to read to you because I thought it was really great. It says, if fear is winning in our lives, it is because we simply keep choosing it over other impulses, over those other impulses to be strong or bold or great. We're choosing it. We're choosing fear. He says in the book, you either have fear or you have faith. You can't have both at the same time. You have fear or you have faith. You can't have both at the same time. If you have faith, you won't be in fear, so you've got to make that choice. And he says also, most of the fear that we feel in life is simply anxiety arriving from our anticipation of 2 kinds of pain that change might bring. The pain associated with loss and the pain associated with hardship. Interesting, isn't it? Also, he says, once we sense that we are anticipating loss, we must question whether or not it is true. And we should explore the opposite of our worries, focusing on obsessively I'll start over. He says we should explore the opposite of our worries, focusing on obsessively as possible on what might be gained. In other words, we must be obsessive on what we gain instead of what we lose. Because so many times in times of change, people focus on what they're going to lose instead of what they're going to gain. And you know, so many of us try so hard not to change, but that's the only thing we can be 100% sure of. Change is happening every moment of our lives. And so as we learn to live with change, as we learn to deal with it, as we learn to look for the advantages of it rather than the losses, we're going to be much, much, much more successful in life. And Brendon tells us how to face all these fears we have, how to face the fears of change, how to face the fears of rejection and loss and pain. And it's just an incredibly wonderful book. In fact, it's interesting. I read it once, and then I went back and read it again. And then I started carrying it around with me. And one day I had it in the chiropractor's office, and I was reading the book, and I didn't realize the chiropractor was reading over my shoulder. And all of a sudden the chiropractor goes, huh, I love how he says that. I love how he talks about how people judge us and we let them do it, and that we need to overcome that fear and not worry about how other people judge us. And he got so excited about it, I went out and bought him a copy of the book because I wasn't going to leave my book there. So this is a really great book about dealing with your fears and about taking control of your life, and I think you're going to love it. It's a relatively new book on the market. It's called the Motivation Manifesto. I'm having trouble in my mouth tonight. The Motivation Manifesto, 9 declarations to claim your personal power. And believe me, once you've read this, read it again and again, you will start claiming your personal power. You'll start saying, wait a minute, I don't have to be afraid of life. I can go forward with faith, and I can make sure that I get to have and do and be everything I want. So buy this book. This is Judy Morio. This is the World of Book Reviews. Thank you. I think you could tell I like it. I'll see you later.
Are you frustrated and wasting time searching for high-quality education and entertainment and not finding it? Stop wasting your time. We've got your solution. Our 3 dynamic and unique online TV shows provide you with high-quality and easy-to-find content. Everything from business skills and self-development to book and movie reviews and everything in between. At akexpertstv.com, you'll find high-quality experts in their field in one place at no cost to you. Visit www.akexpertstv.com today.